Hi. Welcome to another unit of C++ course. Here we will learn about preprocessor directives. In C++, lines beginning with a hash sign are preprocessor directives, which are read and interpreted by a preprocessor. These special lines are interpreted before compilation of the program begins. Preprocessor is just a program which process input data to produce output that is used as input for another program. Tasks carried out by preprocessors include file inclusion, macro substitution, and conditional compilation. Output of preprocessing stage is a single file which will be passed to compilation. In C++ programs, you can find preprocessor directives or header files added. For example, #include iostream. It includes file name, iostream from C++ standard library. Other examples of preprocessing instructions or preprocessor directives are #define, #undefined, #if defined, #if not defined, #else, #elif, #endif, #line, #error, #pragma, etc. These directives in the program inform our preprocessor to perform specific tasks. For example, we have preprocessor directive #define. It replaces given symbol or constant with value or symbol given in directive. These values in define are not stored in memory. To make things clear, let's work out an example in code blocks. Create a new C++ project. Now, include header files. After including headers, let's define string value that should be replaced for value or constant expression text. Start with #symbol and give replacement text after giving symbol to be replaced. Also, replace text start and end with open curly braces and close curly braces. Next, start main function. In place of open curly braces, use macro start. And in place of closing curly braces, use end. Preprocessor will substitute those values to open and closing curly braces. Next, let's see out value in text. Save and run program. Now, you can see text replaced, and we have output as high. Thus we have seen a simple program to replace a string successfully. You can also define macro operations in similar manner. Defines are very handy to set operating system or hardware values in our program. Next, let's learn about conditional preprocessor directives. Open a new C++ program. Define start and end as open and close curly braces respectively. Now, start main function and code within start and end strings. Next, start conditional preprocessor. If defined. If defined will check if macro name is defined in program. Now, if macro is defined, then we have message output. Make sure you output message before and if statement. Also, check if not defined expression. Here, we have not defined any macro with name closed in our preprocessor directives. Hence program will print message inside if not defined directive. Thus we have if defined and if not defined directives in our program. Check out results for your conditional preprocessor directives. They are similar in operation like if-else statements. Next, we have error directive in C++. Here, whenever program counters error directive, program compilation stops and message in directive is shown in error. Let's check an example. Open a new C++ program. Now, check whether macro start is defined or not using if not defined directive. If it is not defined, then start error directive and give message to display. Here we have message as, you have not defined start. Now, save program and run. Yes, program will not compile and will show error message in log. Always keep in mind, the number sign or hash symbol must be the first non-white space character on the line containing the directive. Thus, we have worked out some examples using preprocessor directives. Hope that was clear to you. Thank you for taking this unit.